Well, the purpose of the disabilities awareness fair, what one of our community policing project is to bring people together and to find out, especially people from the disabilities era, how they could access the stakeholders within Toledo. I see it as an effort that whenever we have like maybe a disaster, where these people are, how they access the police station, how when they come to the police station, how they be treated. So it was important today that we bring the stakeholders, and so that people with disabilities could have come out and find out how they could access help. And so today we brought Mr. Marshall Nunes, who is the keynote speaker today for Disabilities Awareness Fair, to shed some light of how the desk that he coordinates, how it works. I understand from his interview that they provide wheelchairs and different things and so forth. So I'm glad that the stakeholders came out, and the stakeholders are Minister of Health, NEMO, people from the education department. We also have from myself from the community policing and so forth. So we are grateful for being here at the plaza to create also to be in a safe space. To bring the people to access the information that we have today. So thanks for everyone who supported.
What I brought out is some information sheet on some of what takes place from the disability desk, from the family support services, from the domestic violence, the gender-based violence unit of the department. And I also have electronically some snippets of the proposed disability legislation that have been extracted from the proposed document and voiced, so that we can share these preliminary information as to what will be entailed in the legislation to the general public. Absolutely, there are still some barriers. There is still some level of discrimination. There is still there's a lack of inclusion or inclusivity, but all of those barriers we aspire to eliminate. Disability has been taboo over the years, but with the amount of advocacy that is taking place now, not only from the Ministry of Human Development through the Disability Desk, but also from civil society organizations. We have organizations such as Autism Belize, which is a fairly new organization but is very active. We have the Belize Assembly for Persons with Diverse Abilities, BACDA. They have been in a renewed state of advocacy. We have the Cancer Society, the Diabetes Society Association, the Kidney Association, among many others. What the Disability Desk do is set forth to coordinate these stakeholders to make sure that together our voice is strong. Every single human being under the Human Rights Convention, under the Constitution of Belize, and set forth under this disability legislation is entitled to human rights. So see people with disability as human and protect their dignity and rights, respect it because they're human too. You know that I need to warn that a disability is just one accident or illness away, you know. So you might be fully able now, but just an accident, an incident, or an illness can cause you to acquire a disability. So respect people who are living with disability, accept people who are living with disability, and include people who are living with disability. Help to empower us.
Myself from the domestic violence unit, along with my colleagues, we're giving out pamphlets, we have posters, we have different items to people who ask various questions for we. We just spread awareness about persons with disabilities and what our office, the domestic violence unit, offers to the persons and how we could assist them moving forward. As yes, the police department deal with the criminal aspect of everything, but we're just trying to share information as to how we could assist persons with disability.
So today I'm out here to promote disability awareness. And what is disability awareness? Disability awareness is sharing knowledge, experiences, support and services for greater understanding and acceptance of individuals as it relates to their disability. So Sometimes we talk about mental illness as a hidden disability. Any condition that affect the mind and body that cannot readily be seen. Because if a person is going through anxiety or depression, or they're going through a psychosis, or they're going through stress, you cannot tell readily if you're not a trained person or close to that family member. So we are here to talk about hidden disability. A lot of people holding emotional problems and things like that. So for a service like this, we need to spread awareness that this clinic offers services to people with mental disability. And mental disability can also go to neurological disabilities like epilepsy, and as far as dementia for the elderly, autism and Asperger's disease, and other developmental and intellectual conditions, because they can be wide and varied and specialized area. So when we hear about disability, a lot of people think about physical disability, visual impairment, hearing impairment, having an amputation, or being unable to walk. No? Another thing that we want to promote is, how do you talk to a person with a disability? We need to treat them with dignity, with respect. We need to speak to them clearly. We need to ask them if they need help. All right? Your ability is stronger than your disability.